Hey everyone, Soundwave84 here, and today we're going to pose a question. Is Power the Primes Rodimus Prime masterpiece shelf worthy? And what I mean by that is I saw someone post in a group I follow on Facebook where they asked, they wanted the TRU masterpiece Rodimus Prime, which pretty much is just the oversized Hot Rods, as Hasbro version. They want to know if Power the Primes Rodimus Prime was a good enough replacement or substitute. And so I'm going to try to answer that question, or at least give you show you comparisons, and let you figure it out on your own, of course. So this is your Pilot Prime, Rodimus Prime. So I say qualifications. Everybody has different standards of what they want on their masterpiece shelves. Like I lean more to cartoon look accuracy as my standard. Also, there's certain standards by just the look of the figure. Now, just looking at him straight on, I say yes. He could be a fairly decent placeholder until something better comes along. He looks good. He's a good sculpt. He has a very good sculpt. He does have problem areas. He's not exactly what you would want probably in a masterpiece as far as articulation goes. So we'll just go over that real quick. On articulation, he does not have a waist swivel. He is stuck this way. He does not have any kind of fingers articulation, so his hand is a stuck closed fist. Now the hand problem is something that probably can be rectified by anybody on Shapeways, whatever, who can custom make hands and sell them to you. So there's that. Also, he doesn't have any kind of really neck articulation except looking left and right. There's no up and down movement. I do kind of like my figures to be able to look up. Looking down is going to be kind of a problem anyway because of, he's got that little collar piece there. But otherwise, he has the articulation you probably want in a masterpiece toy. He's got excellent ankle and foot articulation. He's got a good deep side to side there. He's got front and back, and he's got this heel spur, which is really one of my biggest complaints of this figure. Is this little piece of plastic is really cheap, and if you don't have him just right, he will have a tendency to want to lean because his ratchets, and he doesn't have ratcheted knees, so he can get a loose knee syndrome and then just help top himself backwards. But we'll get to more of that when we get the MP one in here. He does have his bicep swivels. He does have a wrist swivel, so he can at least move his wrists. And of course, he's got the shoulder movement that Hot Rod's legs will allow on him. And that is another complaint people do have with those figures, seeing the legs. I do know there is someone who is selling shoulder covers. And I guess they probably take advantage of these tabs that are sticking out on the sides here, and the little the tabs on the side, probably this little tab thing in the back. They're probably using those. I don't know exactly how it tabs in, but I'm just, by looking at this figure, that's where I can see where they can make it tab, and it covers the shoulders to help minimize the look of the thighs back there. But then I think those would get in the way if you really want to go really high up, and you'd be hitting it. But so the articulation there is good. Of course, he's got the out to the side. It stops there because there is this piece here. I can go back, but he's got the trailer sits on his back. He's got the knee bends that are really good. He can go forward. He does have this all-in-one hip skirt, which you can bring all the way to the front. So, and he's got good articulation for what he is. He's really just missing the waist and the ability to look up and down and the fingers to open and close. That's really the only masterpiece style articulation that he is missing. Does he look like a masterpiece figure? From a distance, yeah, he is not bad at all. He just, like I said, it has really good sculpting. Now, what errors or problems you can run into by looking at this figure, he does have hollow bits on the insides there. Of course, you can see the Hot Rod hands here, and this bright yellow sticking out down here is probably a little bit of an eyesore. But of course, you put a figure in front of him, you'll hide some of that going right there. Of course, he has these poorly applied stickers on his feet. Now from the back, he's got this big hollow thing, but that's causing transformation things to go in there. So And of course he has the little hollow bits you can kind of see here on his legs. Otherwise, it's not bad from behind at all. Side, you just get this cheap way the tires are applied to the figure. But now, as a leader class figure, he is excellent. As a masterpiece stand-in on the shelf, when he's got other bots around him, he probably would work. But let's bring in some of those other bots and see how they actually look with him. You say Perceptor's around a lot in Season 3. So, height-wise, Perceptor climbs... Top of Perceptor's head hits probably where Rodimus' eye level is here. Honestly, I don't think they look bad together. I'll get you a little bit more up on it here, so you can see the height difference. Alright. Here is this regular Masterpiece Hot Rod that's come out now. Of course, you're not going to have these two guys the same thing, but if you want to have them open the Matrix and change into this Rodimus Prime, which does have the Matrix, a Power of the Primes Matrix stored inside of him, and you can put the Matrix inside of this Hot Rod, you can say, well, he grows from that into that, and I could see that. So, honestly, if you want to wait for the next Hot Rod Matrix to come out, he's in a darker color scheme, so he'd even fit better with these colors. Here he is with Masterpiece Optimus Prime, MP10. MP10, of course, is taller. Probably by a good inch or so. Probably at least by an inch. Now, if you don't have MP10, you know, the Power of the Primes, Optimus Prime is out, leader class would be about the same size as this Rodimus Prime. And he does resemble this guy very, very much. He does take a lot of his mold and design cues from MP10 Optimus Prime. So I'll raise the camera a little bit so you can see Prime. And this, of course, this guy, he's out of scale pretty much with a lot of them. Ultra Magnus. He is humongous. And he is so humongous because they made him be able to actually carry the Carbots. I guess to scale that up, that's how I can't really get them both in frame here. Let's pull this back. And it makes Rodimus Prime, he's really, really short compared to Ultra Magnus. But like I said, the Ultra Magnus there is actually very, very tall. And we'll go ahead and bring in... So I got a free going camera here. That is the TRU Masterpiece Rodimus Prime. And you can see Ultra Magnus is a lot bigger than him as well. So we'll just go back to the scale. So you can say he fits. He's a little short, probably for the MP Rodimus Prime, but if you don't mind that, you know, he can definitely go on your shelf. Now we'll add these two guys together here, so you can see them side by side. Definitely both fully in frame. Now, just based on figures, if I want to compare the two, the MP Rodimus Prime here, the Hasbro version. He has got the Hot Rod toy accurate legs, which I rather prefer the black to go more for tune accuracy. That's me. I didn't apply any of the stickers because, like I said, I try to go for tune accuracy. But just look at the figure, head sculpts. I'm kind of going to go lean to... I like Power of the Primes more. I think the face change gimmick on this Rodimus kind of hurts the head sculpt, so you get this, the space here on the sides. Overall, the chest area, I actually prefer the Power of the Primes on that as well. Sorry, the camera kind of fell there. I don't like how this part just juts out on the sides. At least this part carries it from the top. Articulation, like I said, this one does have the ability to look up and down, which is very nice. And he does have a waist articulation. And also his hands do open and close. But so what this one has better than this one is the ankle and feet articulation. This guy can go front and back. And he's got a little bit of a side. I just found that it just seems to work better on the other one. So we'll just look at this Rodimus Prime here. pretty much this oversized hot rod. Problems with this figure. It is well documented online. You can find it. Some of them have problems with the shoulders just explode on theirs. I need a higher camera. There we go. Other problems I run across. The guns don't tab in very well. They have the small tab here on the sides. And it's just easy if you bump the gun to make them. This one was easier to bump out. This one actually holds better than the other hand. Other thing that comes undone a lot is this will come untabbed on you very easily. Also, the tab, that hole, I touched it and it's already untabbed. This little gray piece here just holds onto these two little pegs here, or tabs, to keep his backpack tabbed in. And it's very easy to come untabbed. Try to take, and he also wants to fall backwards on me a lot. I was trying to take pictures of them earlier today. He fell over, came untabbed a lot, whereas Tyler Primes, Rodimus Prime, did not at all. No tab. He did want to fall over, but he never came untabbed. So it's just your preference. Honestly, for feel quality, you know, the Masterpiece version is probably going to win on that. Ease of transformation. I'd stick with Power of the Primes because I don't really want to transform this guy out of fear of breaking him. If you really want a Rodimus Prime Masterpiece, my opinion, and what I would say is, if Power of the Primes does not do it for you, I would either try to get DX9's carry, or wait on Hasbro, or not Hasbro, Takara, and see if they redo the Rodimus Prime. I know he is the one right before MP10, but, you know, he's got to be coming down the pike again. I would assume all this Rodimus love coming around lately. They made 2 hot rods, and with their articulation and the way they can do the figures now, I'm pretty sure they can just pretty much take their hot rod sculpt, oversize it a little bit, and tweak a few things, sort of like how the Rodimus Prime and hot rod here merged into the Winnebago mode, and you can keep the trailer separate and just have it come on to the figure like that. But you don't have to do it all-in-one. That's one thing about DX9's carry. It is like an all-in-one transformation. He carries the trailer on him. Whereas if they want to go like the toy, the trailer would not become part of the figure. It would just come off, and then you'd have the car part, front part, become the robot. But again, that would probably make a fairly oversized Rodimus, but at least it might scale closer with Ultra Magnus there. But problem, don't have this guy, can't afford a Takara. DX9 is out of the price for now. He is a decent substitute. I would say a placeholder until another one comes on the pike, or you can find one at a decent price. Masterpiece quality, I would say no. Masterpiece look, I would say he's got good sculpting. I mean, from a distance, you put some figures in front to sort of hide some of the blemishes on the bottom. I mean, the head sculpt, I think, is perfect. I love the chest sculpt. The shoulders need work, but that's because it's 2 figures combined to one. The arms are fine, except for the big, huge piece here hanging off the bottom, but that's because it goes for the transformation of the trailer. Otherwise, I like this. If you want to chrome these with some kind of paint, that might make it a little bit better, might make it stand out, or just go for a shiny silver paint. Take off the stickers, be another thing. But I say you put something in front of this guy. All thing I got around here is see, I don't think it's that bad. So is Power Prime's Rodimus Prime Masterpiece? No. Is he a good placeholder? Yes. Like I say, he's sculpted well. He's, I think, a bit too beefy for a Masterpiece figure, because he's just, I don't know, it just would look out of place, I think, with what they look like, you know, with the other Masterpiece figures. But otherwise, as I say, you put some smaller ones around in front of him, so you pretty much get the waist up of him. I think he's good, especially if you get the shoulder pieces, and that'll help hide that, and I think it'll make it look even better. But yeah, I think he could probably be upgraded into Masterpiece quality, but at least a Masterpiece quality look. So that's just my thoughts, and you can let me know yours down in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next one, peace out.